Hi Scorpio, welcome to How I Love Tarot. This is your money, career and finance reading. Now this reading is for the next 30 days because it's being posted so late in the month. So keep that in mind. Spirit may have the present energy for Scorpio. For those of you that have never seen me before, I am a psychic and a medium. So my readings are a little bit different than most readers. Present position. Because this present position is for you to understand whether this reading is for you or not. If you cannot relate to the present position, then this is not your reading. Or you may be watching the reading too early, so you may want to put the reading in a playlist and come back usually about 30 days later. So after you first look at the reading. Spirit, may I have the strength for Scorpio, please? May I have the strength? Thank you. For those of you that don't really know about tarot and have never seen me before, the strength is, you don't need to do anything with the strength. Like, you don't need to do anything different. It's what naturally comes out of your energy in the month. Thank you, Spirit. Likewise, the challenge is something that's naturally going to occur in the month. Spirit may have the challenge for Scorpio, money, career and finances for the next 30 days. Thank you. We have the Six of, Spirit wants me to turn that in the upright, Six of Cups. Anything else? Nope. And may have what's good in the outcome for Scorpio. May have what's good in the outcome. Thank you. May have what's good in the outcome for Scorpio. Okay. All right, Scorpio, let's get started. So what I have in your, I already got your energy here. I can already feel the energy for Scorpio. Spirit, bring it forward. What's happening with Scorpio for money, career and finance in the month of August going through September, mid-September? What we have here is the Moon in the upright, the Justice in the upright, and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So you have been waiting for a long time for a situation to change, Scorpio. And it does feel like in your energy that there is something finally changing in your energy that you have been really praying for. That's what it feels like, that it would change. It does feel like this has kind of given you a renewed faith in the decisions that you've been making. And it really feels like you're dedicated to this outcome. It does feel like you are cautious in your energy, and it does feel like you want to put in complete trust into the outcome that you envision. It does feel like it's a safe situation for you, but it does feel like it's been a long and treacherous journey for you. And so there is some kind of thinking about like relationships and your emotions and trying to keep your emotions in check. I don't feel like you want to verbalize how you're feeling to people. And I do feel like there is almost kind of like this reckoning in your energy where, you know, you do the right thing and the right thing happens. And that's what it feels like. It does feel like for a long time, for many of you, changes in money, career and finance have been extremely slow. And that is now changing. And so it does feel like you can make, so there were some financial decisions here that you needed to make. But because the situations weren't changing around you in the way that you wanted to change, you couldn't really make some of the decisions that you needed to make financially. But that is... that feels like it's changing. Now, here in the strength position, you're really thinking about home life. You're really thinking about what will make you happy and what will create stability financially. This does feel like legacy. This does feel like making sure that family is taken care of in some way. So here we have the King of Pentacles, the Empress in the upright, the Page of Cups in the reverse, and the Page of Swords in the reverse. So what it shows here is that there's been some relationships here that have not been accepting of your love, accepting of the way that you see things, kind of like your truth. The way that you see your truth and how you want to live is very different than the way that they see it. And so what I have in your strength is you trusting your intuition and you now making really strong decisions about money and how you want to move forward and how you want to leave that legacy. This does feel like legacy. And so it does, for many of you, involve children, and that could be in any capacity. You could be working with children, you could have a business associated with children, you could be putting something in trust, but it does feel like it is your children or you're looking at the next generation. For many of you, that's what it feels like. For others of you, what it feels like is growth. What it feels like is how are you going to wisely and successfully make decisions that will impact others. And so these are financial decisions and very, very strong decisions that you're making financially. So that feels very strong in your energy. For some of you, Spirit just said to me, changing your will. So for some of you, you're going to be changing your will, or maybe you have your will written in a certain way where you were not like going to include somebody, or like you didn't want something to go to somebody, but now it feels like you're changing your mind about that. That's for some of you. Very specific. I apologize. These readings are meant to be generalized over YouTube. Sometimes it doesn't come out that way. Here in the challenge position, it feels like in the challenge, again, this historic kind of energy is coming up. So you're dealing with something that has had an historic impact on you. And so, and this feels like really, really long time where you've been trying to create options, trying to create manifestation and trying to make dreams come true for yourself and others. And it feels like it's been very, very difficult. So I would say that in the challenge energy over the next 30 days, it's still not even though you've made up, there's like a huge bright breakthrough here in this energy, it does feel like some things are still staying the same. And that's a bit frustrating. And it does feel like it's communication that's staying the same. So that's a little bit frustrating, but that's okay, right? Because other areas are now moving, and that's what you need. Here in the outcome, what's good in the outcome. So what's good in the outcome is that you do feel like you can move forward here extremely. Now, it's not going to be quickly moving forward, right? There's going to be a pacing of this energy. It does feel like there's going to be innovation in your ideas. It does feel like there's going to be a love of something that's moving you forward here. It does feel like a sudden kind of insurgence of a new beginning of some type. It does feel like you're gaining balance in relationships and situations to do with a flow of abundance and energy. So it does feel like it's going to make you feel much more creative, and where you've been stagnant in some of your energy, it does feel like it's moving forward, like creatively, thinking about things and how you want to do things. Spirit just made me feel like it does feel like here that you want to go on a long journey. So for some of you, there is some travel involved that you're thinking about, to do with this situation, to do with strengthening bonds in some way. Here, wow, we got the Chariot in the reverse and we got the Chariot in the upright. So there's going to be a push and pull of energy. Some things are going to go faster than others. Spirit, do you want to tell me more about the Chariot in the upright and the Chariot in reverse? Here we got the Chariot in the upright. We got the Ace of Swords in the reverse. We got the Hanging Man in the reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. So what this shows in the outcome is that there's a certain situation that you want it to go quicker than it's going. There is a new beginning here, but it feels like whoever you're dealing with does not have or there is a stalling in the energy of a new beginning. It doesn't feel like they're seeing things the same way, and it doesn't feel like they're giving you back reciprocal energy. So that's on one level, but I don't feel like there's anything negative surrounding it, and I feel like there's acceptance in your energy of that, like not forcing a situation. So I feel like that's quite strong, and whereas that would give you a lot of frustration in the past, I feel like you're okay with it. That's what that feels like. In the and now, and again, we got repetitive cards here. We got the Hanged Man again. So it's interesting that we're getting the Hanged Man twice. So that's a reinforcing that you're not changing your situation either. You're not changing your mind about a certain situation either, but you're not worrying about it anymore. And because you're willing to accept it the way that it is, and because of that, there's an incredible amount of abundance here and stability in your energy. It does feel like you have loyalty. It does feel like you know now what to do with your money and how you're going to proceed forward. It does feel like, you know, a lot of wisdom has gone into this. And I do feel like here, ultimately, there is stability in money and energy. I do feel like there's a little bit of spending, but I feel like on the most part there isn't spending. I feel like you're conserving money, and there's money that's been saved or a desire to save, and to have major victories in what it is that you want to build and acquire and take action on. So I do feel like there's a freedom in your energy and how to move forward financially now, because I do feel like you can see your future and you can see success. That is your reading, Scorpio. I hope it helped.